Welcome to your Yoga Pilates Fusion. In this class, we will pair toning Pilates exercises with releasing yoga asanas for a balanced practice that will allow you to cultivate strength and peace. When you're ready to begin, meet me in child's pose near the back of your mat. Hips sinking back towards the heels. Arms reaching out long. Allow the forehead to rest down on the mat. And just take a few breaths here, allowing the mind to quiet. Setting aside anything else that might be going on. And setting your intention to be present here on your mat with the body and the breath. On your next inhale, arch through the spine as you lift up, finding your cow pose. Exhale, round back into your child's pose. Inhale, rise for your cow pose. Exhale, round into child's. Moving with the breath, starting to warm up the spine. And the next time you come up to hands and knees, tuck your toes under and send your hips high, finding your downward facing dog. Bend one knee, pressing the opposite heel down, and then the other, alternating from side to side, walking out your dog. And then you can hold in your downward facing dog, or if you'd like to, take a flow. Inhale, rolling forward into plank. Exhale, lowering down to your belly or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, we all meet in downward facing dog. From here, drop your knees down, find your tabletop pose. Lengthen your right leg out behind you, toes tucked under, and just start with a hamstring stretch here. Pressing back through the heel. And then send your right toes over off the left side of your mat, walking your upper body also over toward the left. For your tabletop banana, feeling a nice stretch through the entire right side of the body. Come back to center. Lift the right leg so it's parallel with your hip. Engage through the core as you lengthen the left arm out long. And on your next inhale, lift the arm and leg. Exhale, elbow to knee crunch. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, crunch, elbow to knee. Moving nice and slow here, following the breath. Keeping your back nice and flat when you lift, and then allowing it to round as you crunch. Couple more here. And then let's go ahead, release your left palm back down to the mat. Bend the right knee. And let's start to circle through that right hip first in one direction. Switch, circle the other way. Good, bring the knee to center, pointing the toes right up to the sky. Now we're going to tap that right knee down over on the left side of the mat. Lift it up high, tap it over to the right. Lift, tap left, lift, tap right. Keeping your hips square, not opening toward the right side of the mat. Now bring your right knee to center, lift the knee so it's parallel with the hip, flex the foot, and we'll do baby presses to finish off here, just pressing that heel up toward the sky. Let's go for 3, 2, 1. Nice. Now round through the spine as you pull that right knee in toward your nose. Cross it in front of your left knee, and then start to walk your hips back until you can take a seat on your mat. First, we'll take a seated twist here, planting the right foot down on the outside of the left thigh, pulling that right knee in toward your belly, and twisting over to the right. Unwind the body, release your twist, and now stack your right knee on top of the left for your shoelace pose. Maybe staying seated upright, just allowing the right knee to fall closer to the left knee. Or if your right knee is already down, you can lengthen through the spine and fold forward any amount. Rise, come out of your shoelace, plant the right foot back down on the mat, turn your torso to face the back of your mat, planting both hands down, and send your left leg out long behind you, finding your passive lizard pose. So the left knee can stay down on the mat, sinking the hips down, allowing the right knee to fall away from you, coming onto that pinky toe edge of the foot. For your twisted lizard, plant your right foot down and then heel toe it over off the side of your mat, toes facing away from you, and then open through the torso as you reach the right fingertips back toward your left toes, adding this nice side stretch on the left. Now come down to your left forearm. You can grab onto your right ankle with your right hand. We're going to work with that left inner thigh. So first, just pointing through the toes, just start with a lift and lower, reaching those left toes away from you as you lift and lower, lift and lower. Now keep the left leg lifted as you sweep it forward. Flex the foot, sweep it back. Point the toes, sweep forward. Flex and sweep back. Bring the leg back to center, keeping it lifted, pointing through the toes. We'll just finish off with tiny circles, first in one direction. And then switch, circle the other way. Good. Release the leg down and use your hands to press your way up, swinging the left leg over to the left, planting the right foot down on the mat, and lifting your hips, coming into your skandasana pose. Stretching out that left inner thigh. Hands can stay down on the mat for balance or come to prayer at heart center. Bring your hands down to the mat if they're not there already. Turn to face the top of your mat, coming onto the left toes and finding your low lunge. Right knee over the right foot. Inhale, reaching the fingertips up toward the sky. Hands come down to frame the right foot. Lengthen through the leg as you fold into your half splits. Now bend into the right knee, coming back into your lunge. Tuck the left toes under, lifting the left knee off the mat, and step forward, finding your forward fold. Releasing here for a deep breath in, and a slow exhale. On your next inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sink your hips, lift your arms, coming into your chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Release. Chair pose. Forward fold. Flowing through these three poses as you find your flat back and release. Sink your hips and come into your chair pose. And release. A few more times, nice and slow, following your own breath. From chair pose, release. One more halfway lengthen, and then plant your hands and step back into your downward facing dog. You can hold your downward dog here or take a flow, inhaling for plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. And let's go to the other side, dropping your knees, finding your tabletop pose. Lengthening the left leg out behind you, first starting with that hamstring stretch, pressing back through the heel. And then sending the left toes over off the right side of the mat, walking your torso over to the right for your tabletop banana. Come back to center. Lift the left leg parallel with the hip. Reach the right arm out long. Inhale, lift the arm and leg. Exhale, elbow to knee crunch. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, crunch. Nice and steady, moving with the breath. Let's do one more, lengthen and lift. Exhale, crunch. Now bring the right palm back down to the mat. Bend the left knee and take those circles, first in one direction. Switch, circle the other way. Bring the knee to center. Toes point up toward the sky, and tap the left knee over to the right, lift it high, tap it to the left. Lifting high as you come through center. Let's do one more on each side. And then bring the left knee to center, lift it parallel with the hip, flex the foot, and we'll finish off with those pulses, stamping the left foot up toward the sky. Three, two, one. Now pull that left knee in toward your nose, cross it over in front of the right knee, and walk your hands back to take a seat. We'll start with our seated twist, so left foot plants down on the outside of the right leg. Inhale, hug the left knee in toward your belly, and exhale, twist over to the left. Unwind your twist. Stack your left knee on top of the right. And maybe you stay here, just allowing the left knee to release down toward the right. Or take an inhale to find length and exhale, fold forward any amount. Rise, come back up. Bring your left foot back down onto the mat. Plant your palms down and find your passive lizard on the left. So right knee is down, allowing the left knee to fall away from you, maybe coming onto that pinky toe edge of the foot. And now let's find our twisted lizard, heel toeing the left foot over off the side of your mat, opening to reach the left fingertips back toward the right toes, adding that side bend through the right. Now come down onto your right forearm. Left hand can come in front of you or grab the left ankle for support. And we'll work with that right inner thigh. First, just lifting and lowering, pointing through the toes. And now keep your leg lifted and sweep it forward. Flex the foot and sweep it back. Point and sweep forward. Flex and sweep back. Bring the leg to center. Point through the toes, and we'll finish off with those baby circles, first in one direction, switch, circle the other way, and release. Press your way up as you sweep the right leg around, planting the left foot down on the mat and finding your skandasana. Right toes are pointed up toward the sky. Now turn to face the back of your mat, coming up onto the right toes, finding your low lunge. Left foot under the left knee, and when you're ready, inhale, lift up, fingertips reaching toward the sky. Bring the hands down to frame the foot and lengthen through the left leg, coming into your half splits. Now bend into the left knee, coming back into your lunge. Tuck the right toes under to lift the knee off the mat and step forward, releasing into your forward fold. Take one full round of breath here. And we'll do another set of those flowing chairs. So on your next inhale, find your flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sink your hips and reach high, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Moving with the breath, releasing into your forward fold as you exhale, and alternating between your halfway lift and your chair pose as you inhale. Let's do 2 more. Nice. And the next time you come into your forward fold, plant your hands down on the mat, step back into your downward facing dog. Option to hold here or take one final flow, coming forward into your plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. And from downward facing dog, go ahead, bend the knees, and just come over to take a seat on your mat. We'll take our head to toe forward fold, lengthening both legs out in front of you. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, release forward. Release your forward fold and make your way all the way down to your mat. Bending the knees, planting the feet down, preparing for your bridge pose. We'll just start with a simple lift and lower here. Inhale, lifting the hips. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. The next time you lift into your bridge, hold and keep the hips steady as you lift one heel and then the other. Alternating heel lifts. And you can stay here or lifting both heels, coming onto your toes. You can lift one knee and then the other, taking your marching toe bridge. Wherever you are, let's do one more on each side. And release both heels down, release your hips all the way down. Now lift both toes off the mat into your tabletop position, knees bent. Inhale, reach the arms up toward the sky. Slow exhale as you peel the shoulder blades up off the mat, bringing the palms down. Inhale, keep the upper body lifted as you reach the arms back up toward the sky for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, slowly bring them back down to the mat. 3, 2, 1. Lifting the arms up toward the sky for an entire inhale and lowering them down for your entire exhale. You can always release the shoulders and the head back down to the mat to make this a little bit easier. One more, taking that full inhale to lift, reaching through the fingertips. Exhale, pressing the arms down. Go ahead and release. Pull your knees in toward your belly and just rock from side to side for a moment. And release your feet down to the mat. And we'll windshield wipe the legs, sending the knees over to the left and then over to the right. You can do this as slow or as fast as feels good here. Adding a gentle twist in the lower body and a nice little glute massage. And the next time both knees fall over to the left, let's leave them there for a few breaths for your supine twist. And let's go to the other side, sending both knees over to the right. Come back to center. Lengthen both legs up toward the sky, and we'll start with a double leg lower and lift. On your inhale, lowering the legs in a straight line. Exhale, lifting them back up. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift, only going as low as you can without arching through the spine. You can stay here. Or the next time you lift your legs, you can also lift your hips, pressing your hands into the mat, sending them over your head into your plow pose. Then with control, slowly lower your hips down and lower the legs down again. Lifting them back up, lifting the hips, finding your plow, and then using that control to slowly lower the hips and lower the legs. Let's do 3 more wherever you are. And if you are just doing the lower and lift, the next time you lift, you can find your waterfall pose. Just finding an easy, effortless, gentle inversion with the legs. Or if you were taking the plow variation, the next time you come into your plow, you can hold here, maybe clasping the hands together on the mat. Whichever variation you're taking, just feeling the benefits of this gentle inversion. Whether you're in waterfall pose with your legs weightless above you, or if you're in plow pose, with your toes releasing down to the mat. Good. If you're in your plow pose, let's use that control to roll your hips down once more. And then let's all bring our knees in toward the chest. Just rock from side to side. And then release the legs out long, finding your Shavasana. Palms facing up toward the sky. You can rock the head from one side to the other, release any tension in the neck. And start to feel this wave of relaxation move through you, beginning in the crown of your head, softening the lines in your forehead, making the eyelids heavy, unclenching the jaw, releasing through the neck, the shoulders, softening the chest and the belly, the arms, wrists, fingers, flowing down through the hips, the thighs, releasing the kneecaps, moving through the calves, the ankles, the feet, and the toes. The only movement in the body right now is the breath as you release everything else. Start to deepen the breath, lengthening the inhales and exhales, bringing movement back into the fingers and toes. Take a full body stretch, reaching the hands and feet away from one another. And when you're ready, make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Thank you so much for joining me for this class today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste. If you enjoyed this class, don't forget to let me know by hitting the like button and leaving me a comment below. And if you're new here, subscribe to join me for more practices like this.